जी इमरान भाई, तो आज जो है ना इंशाअल्लाह ताला चिकन नहीं फ़िश मंचाओ सूप बनाएंगे। तो ये आई गेस कम्स विद द सिल्वर फायर स्टोव। वो शायद इससे जो है ना थोड़ा ज़्यादा कीमती है, महंगा है, मतलब उतना भी ज़्यादा नहीं। उसकी क्वालिटी भी बहुत अच्छी है ये भी, लेकिन बेहतरीन चीज़ है। इससे काम हो जाता है और काफ़ी स्टडी है। इट्स वेरी स्टडी एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग। लकड़ी जो है ना, इससे मैं शायद दोगुना इस्तेमाल की है। यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द साइज ऑफ इट पता चल जाता है कि कितनी लकड़ी चाहिए आपको आंधी पकाने के लिए। ठीक है, शोरबा कुछ भी हो, जो भी पकाना हो, तो आराम से इतनी लकड़ी से हो जाएगा। इससे दो जो मैंने आपको दिखाई ना, इतनी लकड़ी चाहिए बस। तो इसके ऊपर जो है ना, अभी मैं ये उसके साथ ही आता है, अलग खरीदना पड़ता है, लेकिन उसके साथ ही आता है। इसके ऊपर पानी, और फिर बाद में जो है ना रोस्ट द ingredients that goes into the water, the boiled water, inshallah. To be continued. So ये पानी जो है ना उगलने लगा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। 1 मिनट के अंदर अंदर, ज़्यादा वक्त तो नहीं लगा है। So the water's on the boil, and that's not taken too long, to be honest. It took a couple of minutes. So that should be ready, and then I'll remove that off the press and put the iron tawa on in order to roast the vegetables. Alhamdulillah, ghee rakh diye, so I'll put some ghee on. That's basically refined butter. For those of you who aren't familiar with what ghee is, I tend to use that for my cooking, to be honest. I don't use seed oils, nor do we use any other oils other than olive oil, but as and when it's appropriate, I guess. But ghee, it's a must have for those of you who want to have strong bones and joints and supple ones. It's the way forward. So anyone else at home want to attempt making this recipe, that's garlic and coriander stems, okay, in ghee. जी, सो ये गार्लिक जो है ना, इसको और भी मज़ीद छोटे टुकड़े करने चाहिए। फ़िलहाल ये वैसे तो काम हो जाएगा, लेकिन अगर आप कोई पका रहे हो, बना रहे हो, आपको शौक़ हो जाए कि चिकन मंचाओ या फिर फ़िश मंचाओ सूप आपको बनाना है, तो ये गार्लिक के टुकड़े इससे मज़ीद छोटे करने हैं। Now throw in spring onions, pepper and corn, ठीक है। वो गार्लिक और जो कोरिएंडर स्टेम्स के बाद, ठीक है, ये डाला। वही लकड़ी इस्तेमाल हो रही है अभी तक, और पानी तो उगल गया। So the water is boiled as well with the same amount of wood, dry wood. Neighbor was kind enough when he was doing the roofing project, refurbing his roof, the old wood, he cut it into small log fire length pieces and threw them over so that I could stockpile them. MashaAllah, I'm making good use of them already. Okay, so these are the red long chilies. I've thrown them on in after having roasted the other. Well, I ensured that the water had evaporated, because you're going to get some water being released from the sweet corn and the rest of the spring onions, etc. Right? So let that dry out and then throw in the red chilies. So that little amount, ये छोटा सा जो है ना गोश्त का टुकड़ा जो है, little serving of meat is from tilapia fish. Don't forget, this is for a soup. You're going to throw in egg and other stuff in there as well, so the protein will be quite sufficient. I mean, I don't really like too much meat floating around in my soup. It depends on you, I guess, especially when you're using chicken. You want to shred that into very, very small shreds, right, and throw that in and let it cook. Right, so that's the extent to which you want to cook it. इससे ज़्यादा जो है ना पका देंगे तो सूप के लिए जो है ना मुनासिब नहीं है। अब जो है ना मैंने पानी रख दिया है जो उगलता था, फिर से उगाने के लिए, और इसमें बाकी चीज़ आ जाएगी और दूसरी इंग्रेडिएंट डालेंगे, वो आपको इंशाल्लाह बाद में दिखाएंगे. Right, so I've thrown in the fried vegetables and spices, etc. Now we're going to add some soy sauce. So ये अब कच्ची मिर्च है और coriander. So you got green chilies and coriander. We're going to throw these in now. You can see it's coming to a lovely simmer, well, a boil, right? And the flames will be running a havoc. There you go, look at that. Alhamdulillah, subhanallah, looking lovely. Right, so I've dropped in some cornstarch in here, and you can see he's coming to quite a considerable boil, subhanallah. So we'll have to speed this up a bit. Wasn't expecting this sort of heat to come from wood, but we'll be throwing in some of the egg now. Right, so that's the egg whisked, right? That's going to go in now. We're going to pour it in. Right, and stir it. Ideally you want to do that more or less straight away as soon as you pour it in, so that it shreds up really nicely and well, but you can see what's happening there, right? Okay. Also about to remove some of the wood because it was getting too hot, right? We needed to slow down the heat a bit. So दूसरी 5 minutes छोड़ दूंगा. After throwing in the egg, we'll just let it simmer for another 5 minutes, and that's our manchow, fish manchow soup done. Alternatively, those of you who aren't very particular about fish, you can use chicken, of course, which is a lovely addition, or alternative rather, to fish for this particular soup. Right, we're taking it off in the next minute or so. There you go. I did have to use a little bit more wood, but we didn't end up using all of it, just 3 more of these, and then I had to remove it because it was getting too hot. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah. तो ये the fish manchow soup हो गया. इसके साथ कोई spring roll घी के अंदर फ्राई किया है, और ये जो टेबल है ना, इसकी टांगों को मैंने काट दी है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, ताकि नीचे जो है ना सुन्नत का तकाजा भी पूरा हो जाए बैठने का, और ये कॉफ़ी टेबल के लिए भी काम करता है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. तो it's useful for 2, I guess, things, which is a coffee table and a dining table when we eat as a family alhamdulillah, and lunchtime. So I guess I'm having my lunch alhamdulillah on my own.